Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. The Hukamnama today is by Guru Amar Das Ji Maharaj, and it's in the Rag Bihagada, and it's on Ang 550 of Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj. वाहिगुरु जी श्लोक महला तीजा दरवेसी को जानसी विला को दरवेश जे कर कर हंडे मंगदा तिग जीवन तिग वेश दरवेसी को जानसी विला को दरवेश जे कर कर हंडे मंगदा तिग जीवन तिग वेश जे आसा अंदेसा तज रहे गुरमुख भिखिया नाओ तिसके चरण पखालिय है नानक हों बलिहारै जाओ महला तीजा नानक तरवर एक फल दोई पंखेरु आहे आवत जात न दीसही ना पर पंखी ताहे बहुरंगी रस भोग्या सब रह निर्वाण हर रस फल राते नानका कर्म सचानी सान पौड़ी आपे तरती आपे है राहक आप जमाए पीसावे आप पकावे आप भांडे दे परोसै आपे ही बह खावे आपे जल आपे दे छिंगा आपे चुली परावे आपे संगत सद बहालै आपे विदा करावे जिसनु कृपाल होवे हर आपे तिसनु हुक्म मनावे आपे संगत सद बहालै आपे विदा करावे जिसनु कृपाल होवे हर आपे तिसनु हुक्म मनावे. Guru Sahib Ji speaks in the Bihagada Rag. The Bihagada Rag is a rag in which there's an extreme pain in the soul. The soul is in extreme pain and is looking for a way to find eternal peace. And in this search for peace, Guru Amar Das Ji says, Darvesi ko jansi virla ko darves. Dervish means a holy man, a renunciate. Guru Sahib Ji says that the person who jansi, who understands dervishi, who understands the art of being completely unattached from the world, is virla, is rare. Virla ko darvesh. There are only a few people on this earth, Guru Sahib Ji says, who truly understand what it means to be unattached, what it means to be a dervish, what it means to be a saint, what it means to be completely absorbed into God. Guru Sahib Ji says, Je kar kar handa mangda tig jeevan tig vesh. Je, if the renunciate thinks that all life is about kar kar hande mangda, is about kar kar hande means wandering from door to door, mangda, begging for food, tig jeevan tig vesh. Guruji says that renunciate's jeevan, life, is tig, is cursed, and his vesh, the clothes, the robes that he wears, are cursed as well. What Guru Amar Das Ji is saying is that being a renunciate is not about wandering from house to house begging for alms. Being a renunciate is about renouncing your ego, your attachment, your lust, your desires, your greed, your hatred. Giving up clothes, giving up living in a house, that's not true renunciation. Je asa andesa taj rahe Gurmukh भिखिया नाओ. Then Guruji talks about what it is to be a true renunciate. Guruji says, Je asa andesa taj rahe. What do you have to give up? Do you have to give up your house? No. Do you have to give up your family? No. Do you have to give up your clothes? No. What do you have to give up? You have to taj, you have to give up your asa, your hopes and desires, and your andesa, and your anxieties. Give up your hopes and desires, give up your anxieties. And what bhikkya do you receive? What alms do you beg for? Gurmukh bhikkya now. The alms that the Gurmukh, the follower of the Guru, begs for is now, is the naam of Waheguru. That is the true renunciate. And then what does Guru Amar Das? He says, Tinke charan pakhaliya hai, Nanak hom balihare jao. What does Nanak do? Nanak tinke charan pakhaliya hai. Nanak pakhaliya hai, washes the charan, the feet of such a renunciate. Hom balihare jao. And goes and is a sacrifice, is balihare to that renunciate who's given up hopes, fears, desires, anxiety, and who has absorbed him or herself into begging for the charity of the Naam from Akal Purukh. Mahalla Tija. Now Guru Amar Das, he says, Nanak tarvar ek phal doe pankheru ahe. This part of the Shabad can be understood in many ways. One understanding can be this: Nanak tarvar ek phal doe pankheru ahe. O Nanak, this world is a tree, is a tarvar, phal doe, and there are two fruits which hang from this tree, pankheru ahe, and there are two birds who come. And what this means is this world is like a tree. This world is the tree, and pain and happiness are the two fruits which hang from this tree. And there are two parts of the soul Guruji is talking about, which are the two birds. And Guruji goes on to explain, Avad jatna disa na par pankhi tahe. Guruji saying these are not birds who have par, these are not birds who have wings. Avad jatna disahi. You can't disahi, these can't be seen avad jat. The birds can't be seen coming and going. Na par pankhi tahe. And they don't have par, they don't have wings, these birds. What are these birds? These birds are two parts of the soul. Just as the soul, when the soul leaves the body, no one can see the soul leaving. When the soul enters the body, no one has seen that either. And then Guruji goes on to explain, Bahurangi rasapogya sabtrahe nirbaan. One part of the soul, what does one part of the soul go towards? One part of the soul, Bahurangi ras pogya. Pogya means to enjoy. One part of the soul enjoys all these pleasures, all these colours of the world. But the other part of the soul, what does it do? Sabdrahe nirbaan. The other part of the soul remains nirbaan, remains unattached, and remains attached to the Shabad, to the word of God. So Guruji is describing the two parts of our soul, the one part which goes towards the world, and the one part inside us which is begging for the Naam. And in the last line of this Mahalla, Guru Amar Das says, Har ras phal rate nanka karam sacha nisan. But that soul, who is that being, who is har ras phal rate, who is rate, who is imbued and absorbed in the phal, in the fruit of the ras, of the essence of the name of Vaheguru, of the Naam of Hari, Nanak, Guru Amar Das Ji says, O Nanak, Karm Sacha Nisan. That soul has the Sacha Nisan, has the insignia, has the symbol of God's grace shining upon it, of Karam. Karam in this case means grace. That soul has God's grace, which enjoys the fruit of God's name. Pauree, in the last part of the Shabad, Guru Amar Das Ji says, Ape Tarti, Vaheguru himself is this field. Ape hai Rahak, Vaheguru himself is the Rahak, is the farmer. Aap Jamaye Pisave, Vaheguru himself is the one who Jamaye, who grows the corn, and Pisave, and who grinds it down into flour. Aap Pakave, Vaheguru himself Pakave, cooks the corn. Aap Pande De Prose, Vaheguru himself puts out the pande, puts out the dishes, brose, lays them out on the table. Ape hi bekave, and Vaheguru himself sits down to eat what has been made. Ape jal, Vaheguru himself is the water. Ape de chinga, Vaheguru is the one who gives the toothpick. A chinga is a type of toothpick which was used in Punjab. Ape chuli parave, Vaheguru himself parave, fills up the water for people to chuli, to wash out their mouth after eating. Ape sangat sad bahale, Vaheguru himself sad calls the sangat, the congregation, to sit down. Ape vida karave, Vaheguru himself, vida karave means to bid goodbye. Vaheguru himself bids them goodbye. But what does Guru Sahib say in the end? Jisnu kirpal hove hari ape, tisnu hukum manave. Upon that person who Vaheguru Ji himself, har ape, ape means himself, upon who Hari himself, upon who Prabhu Vaheguru himself, kirpal hove, blesses with his mercy, that person, tisnu hukum manave, that person walks according to the hukum, according to the will of Vaheguru. So Guruji has covered a vast range of topics in today's Hukumnama. Starting with talking about renunciation, then going on to the soul bird which is inside all of us, and the two halves, and in the end Guru Sahib has talked about Vaheguruji's will, and has blessed us with the understanding that only those people who are blessed with Guru's grace, with Vaheguru's grace, can walk on the path of his will. Dervesi ko jansi virla ko dervesh, je kar kar hande mangda tig jeevan tig ves, ਖੁਸ਼ੀਆਂ ਦੇ ਜਕਾਰੇ ਗਜਾਵੇ ਨਿਹਾਲ ਹੋ ਜਾਵੇ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਅਮਰਦਾਸ ਜੀ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਮਨ ਨੂੰ ਪਾਵੇ ਸਤਿ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ ਗੁਰਬਰ ਅਕਾਲ ਦੇਗ ਤੇਗ ਫਤਿਹ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ।